Hey guys, thought I would make a video today of changing the drive belt in my Kubota zero-turn motor, mower. This is a Kubota Z122R zero-turn mower, and it's the only zero-turn mower I've ever owned, so I can't tell you if this is like any of the other mowers or not. But if you have this particular type of mower, hopefully you'll find this helpful. First thing I'll say is that there are two different belts on this mower. There is the mower deck belt, which you see there, and then there is a drive belt, which you see here. So when the belt first broke, I thought it was the mower deck, but it turned out not to be. And you can certainly tell the difference between the length. This one is just really long. This one's much shorter. So turns out that you don't have to remove the mower deck to replace this belt, but I didn't figure that out until after I'd already had it off. You do have to remove the belt from the drive shaft though, so either way you got to remove this belt from the drive shaft, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. What I know about this process is that this mower, of course, rides really low to the ground. So trying to get under here is really difficult and very little space to work in. So I jacked it up using a floor jack, and then I just simply put my stationary jacks under there. I did put a weight, it's actually a 5-gallon bucket full of liquid on the front, because the front wheels don't have any kind of drive on them or brakes on them, so it can roll. So you want to do that. I don't think it would kill you if it fell on you, but don't want to find out. So this is the drive shaft, I guess is what you would call this here. This is where the mower deck belt goes, and then you can see way up here, hopefully you can see under there, that's where the actual drive belt goes, and that's what broke. There's also a tension spring on it. I got fortunate, the tension spring stayed on the mower, and I was able to find it actually in the mower instead of having to go search for it in the grass. But this is where we got to put the belt, and so in order to get the belt past here, of course, you got to get this belt down here out of the way. So I took it off. You'll notice that there is a bracket right here that is blocking access to our pulley system. So we got to get this out of the way. There is a little bolt right here that has to come off, and this is a Japanese product, so it's in millimeters. That is a 12 millimeter bolt, and just use your ratchet to get it off of there. So there are two other things that you have to get loosened before you can do this. One is this bracket. There is another 12 millimeter bolt that goes there, and so once you get that one out, then you can get this piece pulled out of here to get it, because it is blocking there. You can see there's a little lip right there that blocks the belt from getting in there. So you got to take that and get it out of the way. The other thing is this electrical cable right here, and if you go up top side, you'll see there's just a simple little plug that you just pull that out, and then that can just come down through here, and then at that point you'll have this completely exposed and ready to put your belt on. So I've disconnected that cable that was through there. You just squeeze both sides up here as you pull, and it just pops right off of there, slides down through the hole, and it's now out of the way. So I've got everything off. Now I got to put the belt on. Now the belt configuration is just like it is on the mower deck. You've got the two pulleys that are going to be kind of under the gas tank there, and then it's going to come around the two tension pulleys, and then it's going to come around the drive. It's just a shorter belt. So the two pulleys you're going to go on are underneath the gas tank, and you can see them here hopefully there's enough light in there for you to see that, but there's a pulley there. And then there's another one on this side, but I don't think you're going to be able to see it. And so you're going to want to put your pulley around that one, around this one, and then they're going to come in between those other two that kind of float until you get the spring on them, and then they're going to come back around and go around that drive. All right, so I am under this thing, and I just wanted to show you. So the belt is on the drive. Hopefully you're going to be able to see all this. It is between those two, and then it is on both of those drives. Now, that spring has to be hooked here around this piece right here. Now that is a really strong spring, and you can't really pull it with your hand. So I'm gonna make a way to get that around there. They do sell a little tool that you can buy for that, but I don't have a Kubota dealer anywhere near me. The one that used to be near me has closed. So all I need is a piece of steel that is strong enough, that has a hook on the end of it. I've got a steel bender, so I can bend it, make a hook on the end of it with a little handle on the other end, and I can just pull it and hook it around that shaft. So the hardest part by far was putting the spring back on. And I found this old piece of a weight bench, and ideally it should have worked. It had a nice hook on it and I could pull it, although I had to have help because the tension on that spring was pulling me under the mower. That's how much tension it has on it. And it kept slipping down because you actually have to pull it like this. And it kept slipping down every time I get it close, so I put some tape on there. That still didn't work because the length of that small pulley, or I guess the depth of that small pulley, was less than the thickness of this. So I could get the spring there, but this kind of pushed the spring down too far. So that didn't work. So I switched to some chain, hooked it onto the spring, and then it took two of us to pull it far enough. Finally got it on there, and then I had to cut the chain because it ended up on the wrong side of the spring, and I wasn't about to try to pull that off. But anyway, finally got the spring on there. I've got the tension I need. Now I just have to put everything back together.